we have to do extended boomer intro.
I know how to use a mic. Where's the microphone?
Where's your microphone at? You know, when I was the age of these little youngins, it didn't have these newfangled microphones.
I don't like young people. They make me fart.
Young people, they're always on my lawn. That's what I don't like. And they get on the road and they drive really fast. I'm like, damn it. Don't you understand? The speed limit says 35. That means you should drive 25 to make sure there's an extra 10 for buffer zone.
We didn't have speed limits. We had just limits. It limited us on everything. We couldn't do nothing. We just sat. That's all we did for fun. We liked it.
Well, now you must be younger than me, Sonny, because when I was your age, I couldn't just sit. I had to walk uphill in order to sit. And then when I was sitting uphill, and I had to pull myself up the hill by my bootstraps.
I don't want to hear your cry. You had uphill. You lied. You lied. I'm not younger than you. You're older. I'm old. I'm something but older than you.
No. I'm Boomer Great One. I'm older
but
than
you said uphill. You're a traitor. You had it easy.
Uphill.
We didn't even have uphill. It was just hill, damn you. What generation of whippersnappers are you from?
Hey, listen to me, you little whippersnapper. Both of my knees hurt. And my back
we didn't
hurts,
have knees in my day. You're a millennial hippie. You don't even have your driver's license.
You dope, so I can drive. I've been driving since 1837.
Your penis cut off surgery all popular with the kids.
The first Henry Ford automobile ever.
My butt hurts with this chair. I want a new chair. The young kids, they should pay for it now, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, if they'd stop buying avocado toast and Starbucks coffee, they could afford. Hey, why did they buy all that stuff for?
We just had bread. We didn't have no toast. These weakling kids. Get their fire applicator to the toaster. Who had toast?
Right.
Who didn't have time for it? We're walking uphill all the time.
And Starbucks, we didn't even have water. All we had was the coffee beans. We had to put the beans
We just had Bucks. There's no Star. Who did this? Buck? This creepy old man grabbed us where we shouldn't have been grabbed, but we liked it, damn it.
That's right.
We liked it.
And I just imagined he was pulling me up by my bootstraps. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Dang whippersnappers.
Now these whippersnappers.
Don't get me started about them.
You grow up with them. I'm not talking about my parents, just so you know, but you grow up with an adult generation and they know everything and the wisdom and to see you boomers fall. And the worst is the cringe. I think that's where oh my God, these people were in charge at one time. And you look at them like, just give it up. Just go away. You're like the 48-year-old gal who's wearing the the dress that's way too tight and you're in a nightclub and you're hitting on younger guys. Like, go away. Age gracefully. You're not going to. The time to age gracefully would have been starting at about your 50s or 55. You age gracefully into the classical sense of a matriarch, like a grandma, or a patriarch, like a grandpa. You pass on the wisdom. I don't know. You hug your grandkids. And here they are. You guys you won't die. You're like a herpes infection. You all just won't go away. And your lack of self-awareness. A lot of boomers are coming in and defend themselves. Like, yeah, defend your individual self, right? I think we're all okay with the Vietnam veterans. We know there's baby boomers out there that work for a living, weren't these Marxist self-indulgent pieces of shit. But God damn, man, you can't defend your generation, right? I got, a lot of younger people in my audience, a lot of millennials, a lot of you guys like, yeah, I can't defend my generation. Avocado and toast. Yeah, I can't defend the pin hat and the groomer beard or whatever. Can't defend that. No. And I didn't notice it until like you see 3 or 4 news articles. Again, I don't follow the news, but it pops up. And when it came to these Tesla protests, I'm like, is everyone 85 in these protests? And where are the young people? And I had to do a video when I saw the cringiest thing, and that was all these boomers doing a dance with protest sign. How much time do you have on your hands? How worthless of a human being are you? That was the best use of your day. You have no children that like you anyway. You have no grandchildren that your children will let you hang out with anyway. Explain to me, wise generation that knew everything 30, 40, 50 years ago. How do you end up being born into the most powerful, dominant, pinnacle civilization, and at the end of your 75 short years of life on this planet, you end up dancing a Macarena type of dance with all the other boomers protesting a guy who, whatever his politics might be, has probably done more to lower global emissions and global warming, if you believe in that. Shows you're just whores for socialist cause. That's it. It's all socialism. It's watermelons, green on the outside, pink on the inside. You're all watermelons. You're all wherever popular thing is. I wish it was popular thing. I'll go, why you're seeing a bunch of boomers why are there so many baby boomers protesting now? I'll go into the main reason why. But when I'm old, I don't know. I guess I never fashioned seeing myself as old. Just I guess I'd be. What's his name? Ian McKellen, the actor. I know he's gay. I'm not talking that. Distinguished, right? I want to be a distinguished older gentleman. I want to go out with class. God willing, with not having Alzheimer's, I want to be that old, polished. I'll still be wearing shit clothes. But up here, in my mind, I'll be the distinguished gentleman. Maybe I dress up. I don't know. But you guys see these old women? Boomer ladies, lend me your ears because you never shut the fuck up and listen to anyone else. I know you got to listen to me now. There's nothing more, really. Tell me in the chat room if you could think of it. Is there anything more sad than an old woman, baby boomer age? Even mine, let's just say 60-year-old, who's dyeing her hair green or pink or purple. You had this one life and you wasted it, and so poorly mismanagement on easy mode. You had easy mode, boomers. I don't want to hear about you. Appeal both ways. Dang whippersnappers. You millennials don't know how to work. Be nice if you paid us a living wage. You had life on easy mode, and in your dawning days, your last final statement unto this university is, I'm going to dye my hair pink. Or you're going to dance a line dance. That's if you guys don't know the Macarena. There's a video out there of all these boomers doing an organized line dance in front of a Tesla factory or facility. Or you're keying or destroying property. I guess that'd be some more of the extreme. Although that seems to be younger people and trans people. I got the video of it. And by the way, for those of you doing that, you're not actually trans. You're straight people doing it for attention whoring. I think the legit trans people, small numbers as they might be, are off doing other things. Like, I don't know, working jobs. I looked at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. That video should be saved. All save it to your hard drives, right? Everyone should save that to their hard drives so that when whatever, some fucking senator, like, is this your generation? With Biden. This is your generation, right? This is where half of you politically ended up. Like, this is where we want to. We're protesters. God, what a waste. Could you hear me out on this? What if the boomers were the opposite and were as productive and innovative and pursuing of excellence and empiricism as the World War II generation. We'd have our jetpacks. We'd have our moons on the base or bases on the moons. Could you imagine that? So here's an article. They're all over because you were told to. It's all organized, by the way. This is all organized protests. That's not a new thing. We're going to protest on this day. From Seattle to Miami, anti-Musk protesters gather at hundreds of Tesla locations. Los Angeles, Tesla facilities worldwide have been the target of protests objecting to Tesla CEO Elon Musk's influential role in the Trump administration. Too bad. Trump got elected fair and square. Probably even more fair and square, considering the Democrats cheating and ballot stuffing. And Trump, this is his right-hand man, or at least he lends him an ear. On Saturday, anti-Musk protesters gathered again in what were their most ambitious and widespread rallies yet. As part of the Tesla takedown campaign, I thought it's the beautiful thing. All you Democrats bought Teslas, and now they're all getting keyed. And of all things, why you attack Twitter or something else? Why would you attack the thing that is ostensibly good for the environment? I hope you young people are paying attention to the old people, because the old people who have been lying to you, you're seeing their lies on display right now. Campaign nonviolent demonstrations took place across the U.S. and even abroad on Saturday. Organizers called it a global day of action and said protests occurred at least 235 cities around the world. For weeks, the movement's organizers have been encouraging people to boycott the electric vehicle maker by selling their Tesla cars in stocks. According to the Tesla takedown, thousands of grassroots groups and individuals worldwide are driving the decentralized effort. Musk and the White House did not respond to NPR's request for comment. I hope NPR gets defunded. We don't need you. We already have the leftist take. There's more than enough voices that represent your voice. We do not need a government. Why would Trump respond to you guys? At a rally in Los Angeles on Saturday, Phil Ansell, 65. And here's a picture of all these old boomers, just like a million. And look at how childish is the juxtaposition of their placards, their protest signs, drawn like 3-year-olds with crayons. And here you people, look at it. They're just all old people. This is how you spend your day, huh? Phil, if I look you up, well, the article's probably going to come up. Am I going to see another baby boomer? Come on, baby, lighted my fire. So here's one Phil Ansell in LA, Assistant Director of Los Angeles Department of Public Social Services. All right, so I'm going to assume the same guy. LA's county homeless coordinator to step down. Ansell oversaw the county's push to rent hotels to house medically vulnerable homeless. Are you the same guy? Are you the same guy? You're just a professional parasite. If it's the same Phil Ansell, just a Google search. Again, who could have predicted that? Cappy could have. That's your life, huh? Just sponging off of other people, helping the homeless, helping the degenerates of society who've just alienated everyone in their lives that no one would take them in. Helping out. They're parasites. They're fucking parasites. They're fucking scum. And you're going to help them. Don't you have kids? Don't you have family? I bet you do, but they don't want to hang out with you. I bet. Because that's always what it's been with the baby boomers is me, including their ideology and their value system and their philosophy. I want to be popular and help everyone until it comes to your own family, right? Because that actually takes work. That actually takes selflessness. And I bet I guarantee you are divorced because that's not a big gamble. Wow, going on a ledge there. The baby boomer man who's 65 is divorced. Oh, right? You couldn't keep it together? Like, even though is he a boomer? I guess maybe. Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota. Have you looked at his family? Holy mental fuck-ups, Batman. I don't mean his extended family. I mean, like his kids. His kids are all fucked up. He's fucked up. That's what happens when you don't have responsibility teaching your family. Hey, I got to provide for my family. I got to discipline my family and make sure my kids are scheduled, trained and going to work good, to have good skills. I guarantee you, just like every other baby boomer out there, Phil and all these Macarena idiots doing their Tesla dance, not a single one of you have any of your kids coming home for Christmas or think we don't celebrate Christmas because it's part of the patriarchal Christian cisgender hegemony. Yeah. Okay, the words you said in 1970. Good for you, boomer. So no one loves you. No one wants to be with you. No one respects you. People who know you closest and best, they abandon you. Because otherwise, if you had a family, if you had something going on, you'd be spending time with them. And right now, y'all could do the Macarena at the anti-Tesla dance. But man, I can't wait for another 5 to 10 years when you, oh, who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? And you're in the nursing home and no one's going to visit you. And you know what? You get your dream, boomers. Hippie boomers, you're going to get some here, I can't believe I got to do. You're going to get your dream shot, kid. You boomers are going to get your dream shot, Gramps. You're going to go to a government-financed daycare, a nursing home facility. You're going to get your socialism in the end of your days. You're going to be shitting your bed with some immigrants debatably taking care of you or not. Debatably. Oh, nothing better than getting your socialist utopia there. Phil Ansel, professional Marxist leftist socialist whose opinion does not matter because he's paid by the government his entire career, said he felt compelled to join because he believes Donald Trump and Musk pose a threat to democracy. Why do you lie? They won. That was democracy. You're the threat, asshole. You always have been. You always have been. I want to do everything possible to protect democracy in this country. Well, then you'll get some tighter voting laws in California, right? Trump and Musk are acting like kings. No, they're not. They still got to go through a Congress, right? Oh, but Biden pardoning his son, that wasn't like total Nepo baby, king's prince bullshit? Ansel added that he was especially excited to participate, seeing how far and wide the protest movement had spread. Really? Other people are doing it. I'm part of a trend. Are you a chick, Phil? Many people at the Los Angeles rally voiced deep concern over the devastating effect of the Trump administration cuts and proposed changes could have on Social Security. Oh, no. Not your precious Social Security. How dare the young kids find out that there's literally hundreds of billions of waste and fraud at the federal government that maybe, I don't know, that money could lower their taxes so they could afford a house or afford food. Heaven forbid. Is 15.6% of young people's money not enough for you old fucks? That's why you don't spoil your children. They turn up to be boomers. Fucking entitled little bitches. Look at this. Francine Cordiu. I'm sure if I look you up, you're another parasite who's never worked a job in your life, who also attended the LA protest, said she showed up because she has a 37-year-old daughter with special needs who relies on Social Security benefits. What? Hang on. Is my math right or am I off by 10? And when you say special needs, do you mean it's just 35 when she had her? Okay. Do you mean depression or an actual special needs? Because you boomers fucked that one up too. In our day, you had Down syndrome or something. You could not protect or take care of yourself. She got the sadness. She has social anxiety. She needs government. Whose problem is that, lady? You fucked a guy. Your genetics suck. Your kid came out. Bad luck. How is that any of our problem? God, what a bunch of entitled little assholes. I don't want to hear boomers try and defend their generation. Please stop. I'm not engaging with you on this anymore. It's a fact. It's an established fact. Your generation was parasitic. I could just show you that with basic debt numbers. Just the only correct answer for boomers who work for a living is, yeah, our generation sucked, but I wasn't one of them. I worked hard. And congratulations, good for you. You're a good man. That's the main thing. But when please, the National Socialists in Germany weren't all that bad. Please stop trying to defend that shit. You know, communism really wasn't tried right. Wasn't that? But please stop it. It's as revolting and insulting as people trying to defend National Socialism, communism. That's the same as you trying to defend the boomers as a generation. Please knock it off. More money. I need more money. Do you have more money? We went into debt. We have 3 houses that have all been mortgaged to the hilt, and I bought a bunch of vehicles and a bunch of shit. I'll never do. You have more money. It's what allows her to live independently. No, she should be living at home and you should be paying for it. That was your kid. Where's the father? Is the dad available for comment? Where's the father? Let me guess. You come on, baby, lighted my fire, divorced him, right? It's one thing I fucking hate about you boomers. You fucking made it that like single parenting was like acceptable. Go fuck yourselves. Oh, you fucking horrible people. Independently to help her be able to pay rent for food. She says she's literally existing and living thanks to Social Security. Why aren't you working more? Beyond Los Angeles, demonstrations took place across small and major cities in both red and blue states. In Dallas, demonstrators held a banner reading store closing, everything must go. Clever. Did you say, hey ho, Tesla and Elon have to go? Did you do that? Fucking 92 IQ idiots. On a busy street, blah, 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 how the takedown movement began. Here's another picture, just a quick survey. It looks like a bunch of fat old people. Yeah, here's another oh God, this picture? This is from Rebecca Blackwell, the American Press, Associated Press. This is Ponce de Leon. That must be down in Florida somewhere. Look at all the old fat people. And they're all white. They're all white. Just to point it out. All right, look, let me explain to you why we have cringe boomers protesting, and it seems artificial, and it is. It is. All right, here's the main reason you're seeing disproportionately boomers. They're paid. These are paid protesters. Paid protesters have always existed. Go look at George Soros. It's usually, God, I almost want to say exclusively on the left where they pay AstroTurf protesters to come in. That happened during the Lloyd riots, or Floyd riots. That was paid protesters. And you just got to say, look at it. Wait, what group? What? Okay, yeah, millennials and Zoomers are down and out financially. But aside from the wealthy boomers with their 4 boats and their 3 Corvettes and their cabin home and their southern home, right? There is, based on my book, Poor Rich's Retirement, a third of them will not have enough money to retire. Baby boomers is a significant percentage of the population. A significant percentage of them will never be able to retire, and a significant percentage of them can barely retire. They are going to work well, and they are. The boomers are into their 70s, and I still think, I'd imagine the majority of them are still working. I have to look up labor force participation rates. They need money. Yes, they pissed away 70 years of life on easy mode. They bought a house. What was great one? I bought a house for $25,000 with money I made on my paper route. May not have been that easy, but it was pretty damn easy. I'm aware, baby boomers, of the stagflation 70s era. I'm aware of that. Thank you very much. We're aware. Thank you. But they still did not save their money. They still didn't save their money. And now they need the money, and they're going to go and protest. Because how hard is it? Go look at the fat fucks in that picture. They just get their lawn hair, show up here, have a lawn chair. They probably even feed them. They bus them in, right? Then they probably bus them to the casino where they can go and piss away their Social Security money and what little money they made protesting and lose it all. And I need more money for my disabled daughter with the husband not around because I come on, baby, lighted my fire and divorced him. I was Jenny from not Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Forrest Gump, and I became a single mom with AIDS and came crawling back to him when he was a shrimp billionaire. I know what we're doing. You should listen to us. Listen to your elders. We know everything about feminism. You boys are very bad. Well, can I get more money? So that's the main reason they're paid. Second reason, they're bored. Hear me out on this. What if we had a drone or just a camera, like not in a creepy way? Let's just say we could be a little spider on the wall or a spider on the guy's hat and ride home with Phil or the gal with the French name or any one of these protesters and go back home with them, right? You know what they're going back home to? Fucking television. They got their couch. They're all fat. They don't have any activities. They don't have social groups. They go home. That's it. And the gal couldn't mention the dad available for comment, right? Because that was the coolest thing you boomers did is divorce each other. We got gold in the divorce Olympics. Yay. Dude, we threw people out of our lives, alienated our children. Ooh, why are young people having children? We're the grandchildren. You don't have any of that. What are they going to go home to? Some hot wife to have sex with? Some hot guy to have? Say, have you seen a picture? They're all fat. They had nothing going on that day, man. They really don't. It's already, let's say you're a normal, healthy, older person, boomer or not, right? I know a couple guys who are widowers. Lost that there. And yeah, they're sad because they love their wife. The lady passed away. I know people who are married still. And you're like, God, what do we do? We got to have, they're retired. My old man went back to work a little bit just to have something to do, right? I understand you need something to do. These guys don't even have that. They don't even have that. They just go home. Their finances are shit. So they're not the boomers who could afford to go travel around the world on a yacht or a cruise or whatever. They really, I can't imagine you're paid that much as an activist. If you're there, like in Florida, Ponce de Leon, right? That's got to be somewhere in Florida. Florida, if you didn't know, is basically, it's heaven for old people, God's waiting room. But it's kind of two things. It's either you're into oceanic activities like water sports, like fishing or boating or sailing or whatever, which is wonderful for. I'm not a big boat guy. Or you eat. All Florida is just a peninsula of restaurants. That's real, or golf. Okay, I'll admit there's golf too. These people can't afford to eat at any of these restaurants, or the vast majority of them. They are purposeless, worthless human beings. They have no point. They have no purpose. They have no worth. Because if you did, you'd be like, you'd grow the fuck up and realize, hey, the election went the way it did. I don't even believe in this shit, but here comes some Soros money. Hey, we'll pay you to hop on the bus and go protest. Well, I got, $7 an hour? I got nothing else going on. Okay. Dude, you came up to me and says, Cappy, Boomer Cappy. I'm old. Even more pissed off. Even more of a gray beard. I'd be yelling at the internet. Damn boomers, even though they're all dead, I'm going to complain about them anyway. And the woman. 78-year-old Boomer Cappy, right? And then there's a knock at the door. What do you want? Hey, old man. We represent George Soros Jr.'s Go Fuck America Fund. We'd like to have you protest and hop on this bus and go protest. Who would be the Elon Musk Jr. running for president? And I mean, like, well, what do you do? What does it pay? And they say, oh, it pays $7.50 an hour. I'd be like, get the fuck off my lawn. Because it's $7.50 an hour. I'd go hiking after I yelled at the internet. I'd have so much other shit to do. You couldn't pay. What? I got shit going on this afternoon, man. Why? Because I got a life. But if you're so hard up for money and you got so little opportunity cost because you pissed away your life, you would hop on the bus and sit there. Here's how bad it is. It is merely a polished version of panhandling. That's all that is. Right? You go look at the fake homeless guy, the panhandler. Like, well, your time would be way better spent going to trade school or something else like that. That's how low these people are. Hell, the panhandlers might make more given all the liberal white women taking their husbands. Oh my God, a minority holding a sign. Here's all my, oh my God. Oh, I feel so good. I'm a good liberal white woman. Oh my God, I'm so good. I'm so good. I'm so good. I helped a minority with my husband's money. It's kind of like that. It seems that way. Those guys probably make more money than a professional protester. That's all it is. You guys are just out there with your fucking sign on the street. Yeah, we don't like this shit. Don't even probably believe in the sign you're holding because you're whores. You're panhandling, protesting whores. How fucking low and degenerate and hard up for cash are you? And then the final reason you see some of them out there, this is it. This is their final act. Some of them think, oh, it's just like the 60s and the 70s. We get to protest. I get to have something to do and have value. Oh, my God, I get to make a change. No, let me explain to you. All hippies, all of it, all that summer of love and all that shit. And then they turned it into the schools in the 70s and 80s and 90s. All of it, all of you hippies, all of you were just trying to avoid a job. You are lazy, parasitic fucks. That's all you ever were. That's all the environment and that movement ever was. You were just a bunch of lazy fucks who didn't want to work. And you were so lazy and so supremely arrogant that you had to have arrogance on top. Look, it's one thing you just want to be a bum and panhandle, fine. But then to have the arrogance like, we're so much better than you. We're protesting the war. We're such good people. We're morally superior. We're going to spit and vomit on the vets when they come back because we're so much better. Just despicable and inferior people. And you haven't fucking grown up. Most of them are out there because they need the money. Most of them are out there because they're bored. There's a percentage of them. There was this gal long ago. She's got to be dead by now. At the Cigar Lounge in Rapid City. And they were protesting. This is how long ago they were protesting. They weren't protesting at that moment. They were just sitting there. I'm having my cigar outside. And I was listening to her and her other boomer friend. And she was like this old grandma lady. And she had dreads and shit. And they were talking about how they managed to help shut down one of the pipelines. This is when the Bakken oil field was going on. And I forgot the exact words, but it was some kind of bullshit. I said, lady, you're full of fucking shit. And they're all of a sudden like, startled because someone stood up to him. I'm like, this is like coming off of the housing bubble crisis, you know? So there were like jobs for young people. I said, it was something along the lines of your arrogance and your ego. You're just trying to feed your arrogance and ego. And you don't care how many young people you deprive of real working jobs and a living way, or like an income and a living. But we didn't. And this one was really, you know, like this one platform, this one drilling was bad. I say, okay, where was it? What was the name of it? I say, you're fucking lying through your teeth. And I had heard through the previous conversation that she had like stage 3 cancer. And I said, I hope your cancer takes you quickly. I'm glad you're leaving. I said it in more hurtful words than that, but I'm lightening it up here for second grade school mom internet speech. That was her. There was another guy I remember in the Twin Cities, just through conversation. And I think they had banned fireplaces, was it? No, they were going to go after fireplaces. They had banned one form of exhaust. And the guy says, good, now on to fine particulate matter. I said, what's fine particulate matter? And he's like, oh, you know, like fireplaces. I'm like, dude, do you know how many houses in Democrat areas are built, you know, long ago with fireplaces, and that's how they stay warm? You know, and fireplaces are actually kind of a good thing in the upper Midwest because you have a lot of trees. And the trees get down, you don't cut down a new tree, you wait for a tree to fall. Because that's what I did. Is you wait for a tree to fall, dry out. I take my chainsaw, cut it up, because otherwise it was gonna just like decompose and go back in the environment anyway. It's just a way for poorer people or people to save money on their heat bill. Now on a particulate matter, and he was active and they don't stop. They don't stop. They don't care about society. These are ultimate egomaniacs who have to go from crusade to crusade to crusade because they don't give a fuck about you or society. It's only to feed their ego. That's it. And you can't be that supremely arrogant, right? You can't put yourself above everyone else to the point that it's your own religion where you're ultimately worshiping yourself and your own self-aggrandizement. You can't do that and have real friends. You can't do that and have I knew the guy. He didn't have a woman. He was older. He was a boomer. This is it. This is their final hurrah. It's kind of sad, at least with Woodstock or you had like lots of people and there was a community and some of you were getting laid. This is such a sad. This is like you going to the nightclub at 70 years old, like, oh, we're doing the twist. Oh, look at us. We're doing the twist. And half you don't even know who you are because of the Alzheimer's. This is it. This is their last hurrah. Oh, we get to protest again. Not for anything they actually believed in or actually would tangibly help the country. It's all about them. It's all about them. I guarantee you, we go poll all these baby boomers, right? If you were just to go through, and this would be a simple polling question you could ask. You could say, oh, we're doing a survey on protesters' family situation. Like, are you married, widowed, divorced, kids? Do the kids live at home? Do you have grandkids? Do the kids visit? Do you, that kind of thing? I guarantee you all they got is government checks in themselves. I mean, there should be a portrait. Someone should do like the official presidential portraits, whoever do the oil painting. I think every president gets an oil painting portrait, don't they? They should do the official baby boomer portrait, depending on whether it's a man or a woman, looking in the mirror and jerking off to themselves. That's really what they should do for you people. Because that's all it is. They're completely unaware of anyone else around them, right? Imagine that. You got family, right? You managed to get married because it's the thing to do. You managed to have kids because that's the thing to do. But then, like a Democrat in the inner city or someone living on the, what's it called? Not the plantation, the trailer park. You just outsource that kid daycare. There's no human beings. There's no love. There's no spouse. There's no kids. We're boomers. It's all about, oh my God, a mirror. Ah! So that's it. That's why you see all these boomers. This is it. This is I'm sure maybe there'll be, Trump. I'm sure there'll be another reason for them to protest. You don't have to twist the arm of a leftist to go find a reason to protest. Like the guy says, and now on to particulate matter. Like, I don't know. How about on to go find a wife and kids? How about on to go hiking around Moab? How about on to go like actually be a wealthy boomer and go on a cruise? How about, and now I'm going to go and just read some books at a quiet coffee store. I'm going to now on to hugging my grandchildren and taking care of them and spending time with them before they get too old and they get computer screens in their faces. No, and now on to next thing to protest so I can masturbate to my self-importance. Did I not describe you boomers? Protest boomers, not Vietnam veterans, not, all three of you boomers that work for a living and weren't a bunch of corporal cocksuckers. Did I describe that? That's why you see them. Oh, don't worry. There'll be future generations. These type of people are in every generation. It's just particularly pronounced because they have nothing else to do. Because there's no one else to invest in. I cannot emphasize that enough. How lacking other genuine human relationships they have in their lives. They have only their politics. Only their politics. That's it. And then they'll be on their deathbed. I really wonder if they're self-aware enough to realize what they passed up on, right? Are they even capable of regret? Or were you all ultimately solipsistic that no other human beings existed? It was all about you. You were always the center of the show. You were always the main character, and everybody else was a fucking NPC peon, including your spouse and children. It was all you this entire fucking time, and it's still you. And when you die, will you care? Are you capable of caring? And yeah, I guarantee, go just the next time you see it. And yes, there'll be other I was just shocked. Like when I looked at the NPR article, I'm looking, it's old people, bunch of fat. I'm not kidding. It's a bunch of fat old boomers. The video, which by the way, as a former professional dance instructor and all that, line dancing is not real dancing. Please don't do that. It's especially in country areas, right? Let me help you out. Okay. You want to learn two-step. You want to learn country swing, which is also the same as swing dancing, East Coast swing. You might want to pick up some salsa. And if you must, yes, you can learn bachata, like nuclear cardio. If you wish to be a 13-year-old girl and squee when the, oh my God, blink, ding, 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 blink, ding, 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 oh my God, bachata. That's when Boomer Cappy would just sit there and take a scarf and throw it back and light up a cigar. Are you going to dance the bachata? I will not dance the bachata, but you know how. That's true. But here's this hot redhead who's 25, says if you dance the bachata with her, she'll sleep with you forever and be quiet. No. You hate bachata that much? Yes. Yes, I do. That is where you're dancing with another. All those dances I listed, there's a woman involved. There's a person involved to dance with. Those are actual skills. The line dance, well, now you step here. Now you wave up here. Now you do the armpit farting noise there. Now you shimmy this. Now you shimmy that. That screams not only conformist, but like a 96 IQ. And you think you're doing, oh my God, we doing, no, are we all? I present to you sheep. Human sheep right here. But it's fun. Shut up. Shut your fucking trap. When you fucking try to argue with me that this is somehow fun or cool, shut the fuck up. Why don't you go, hey, maybe really, if you see people line dancing, those people you get to do anything. Like, hey, I'll wear your funny mustache and do a funny thing with your right hand. Okay. Hey, go murder all those group of people because they're different than you. Okay. Hey, go get a master's degree and go $200,000 into debt. Okay. They're your line dancers, ladies and gentlemen. Only human in terms of their genetics, not mind or thought. You could open up the skulls. Oh, wow, look, just a brain stem, not a fucking brain. Okay, put it back. Hey, yeah. Yeah, you should become a teacher. Yeah, just do the program there. Yeah. Link below to help you understand. We have enjoyed the decline, accepting living with the death of the United States. That was written 12 years ago, quite some time ago. Gee, Cappy, you're a really good economist. Yes, I am, aren't I? It's because I don't line dance or do bachata. Also, how not to become a millennial. I know you millennials think, I know you very much dislike the boomers for lying to you, and you are 100% right. You have become them. You advocate every policy they do. To this day, my fascination with you millennials is you are rightly furious and enraged with the baby boomer generation that basically stole your youth from you and crippled your future financially and made it so you will have no life. I keep asking you the simple one question, millennials. Was it Republican or Democrat boomers that lied to you? Oh, it was the Democrat boomers who lied to you about everything. Your teachers and your professors. Did you give your money to Republican boomers or Democrat boomers? Oh, all your student loan money went to Democrat boomers because they were professors. Oh, and more modernly, DI executives and college administrators and vice provosts and all the other fat that has in the managerial classes of academia. You enriched socialist, leftist, Democrat boomers. But who do you get pissed off at? Trump and Elon and the Republicans in the Senate. The person you should hate the most that epitomized all the boomers that took your money from you and just sold you alive with a smile on their face, that would be Barack Obama. If you had a brain and independent thought, the most hated person in the world by the millennial generation would be Barack Hussein Obama. Look that one up. You probably don't do it because you're too busy listening. I'm gonna give you free shit for the folks. Now, I'm a polished gentleman, lived off my grandmother, and I'm gonna say some pretty nice things because I'm a pretty nice looking guy. And we're just gonna do this, and we gotta make some changes here now. Got a suit. You see the suit? And I have a nice haircut. I'm gonna do it. Here's your free money for the folks. Oh my God! Every girl crying like it's the fucking Beatles performing in 1965. Oh, we're not ready to have that conversation, are we yet, millennials? All right. Well, anyway, there's a book called How Not to Become a Millennial, which could just as easily be called How Not to Become a Boomer. And it shows how you millennials were lied to. It shows younger people how the millennials were lied to. And it says, here's how to avoid the lies if you're a younger person, so you don't end up like a 40-year-old with student loan debt. So, hey, I need a student loan bailout. I'm going to protest, but I'm not like those boomers. I need more money. How are you not a boomer again? Oh, don't get me started. They lied to us. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Do you listen to Jim Morrison? Just asking. But it is also for you millennials to, God, you're in your 40s, guys. You're in your 40s, younger 40s, but you're in your 40s. It is half over. Do you want the second half of your life to be better? Then please go get the book, How Not to Become a Millennial, to realize where you've been lied to, where the cancer is, and how to remove it. Fucking Christ. And then also, Sanity is the Future of Wealth. That is a very, 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 very short essay. I don't know, it's like 30 pages, if that. It's a very short essay to realize how these people are mentally ill. How having a life unto yourself and praising yourself and worshiping yourself, like, oh my God, look at my skin color. Holy shit, look at that thing between my legs. I'm amazing. And if you don't pay me money and worship me, you're a fascist. And where that mentality gets you is a life of insanity. And so, yes, you would like to have money. Yes, you need a certain amount of money to become financially stable. But if you want to really improve your standards of living right now, you really want to be wealthier than the vast majority of people your age. By that, I mean like under 50. How about some sanity? Like if you're not mentally, imagine, come with me on a journey. Speaking of millennials, right? Imagine your stereotypical 40-year-old millennial girl boss who has a master's degree in something worthless, still has student loans from 2005, maybe? Was Bush? Yeah, Bush. Wasn't Bush in office in 2005? You can't have kids. You're probably not in good shape. You decided that to be independent and unique and stand out, instead of developing a personality or getting, I don't know, an accomplishment or a trade or some friends or a loved one or anything like that. You got tattoos and dyed your hair a ridiculous color. Despite this front you put up, I don't need no, I'm strong. Despite your bullshit, Pravda in the Soviet Union had less propaganda on its front page than you girls do your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram profiles. And behind that, you're fucking miserable. Miserable. I don't care. Let's say she made $200,000 and doesn't. Let's say she's very wealthy. Still miserable. Still insane in the membrane. And he's still pissed off about the girl. I was going to point out Ray. He's got a pretty good setup. He's still pissed off about women. There's Vlad Elkins. Vlad doesn't even own a car. Vlad's got no debts. He just got the small rink-a-dink apartment. Vlad just existed, having his good old time, drinking his maple syrup, Hershey's chocolate syrup, peanut butter sprinkles, macadamia nut beer. And he's just enjoying his life, man. Because he's sane. He's sane. I got a couple of you guys working security, right? All right, because Vlad Alchemist makes good money, right? Let's switch around. You're a typical behind the 8 ball, under the gun, 23-year-old kid. You just got out of college, you got some student loan debts to pay, right? And you can't find a job in today's economy, but you decide to follow my advice. You work as a security guard to make ends meet. You take the third shift to avoid the people. Yeah, you're thrown off with your sleep schedule a little bit, but it's stable and fine. You could use a little bit more money. You really got to watch your budget, but you're not starving, right? So you're not getting good sleep, but you're not starving. And this is only temporary. At least I'd say you're wealthier than Miss Girl Boss, $200,000. You talk to me. She got a master's degree. Good for her. The fact you know what's going on, and she doesn't understand why her 250-pound ass can't find a man. Like, yeah, I'm kind of pouchy around here. I haven't had time to hit the gym. I understand. At least you're wealthier than that girl. You're wealthier than your stereotypical 40-year-old feminist millennial girl boss. You are definitely having a higher standard of living, even though maybe you gotta tighten your belt a little bit. Because when you go to bed, there's no delusions. There's no confusion. You know exactly where you are in this world and exactly how the world is playing out. And because of that, you actually know how to make progress. You know the rules to the game. These girls, man, even if it is fake, all these dating videos that 40-year-old women are starting to mouth off about it, like, what? I'd tell you to shut up, but I want you to continue being delusional. Like, just go. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, the men aren't asking us out. What's the problem? I'm more of, I'm like a modern girl in some ways, but I want to be traditional in others. And you should ask me out. And you're looking at that kid. You're like, you got a daughter by chance? Sanity is the future of wealth. Short read. If you're down and out, but you're savvy, I guess that'd be the opposite of woke. You're savvy, right? The woke are delusional Marxist fucking parasites. The savvy know what's going on. Sanity is the future of wealth. All of those linked below. Let's go to the super chats. Albino, 20 generous dollars because they are trained from hippies to now to follow. Yes, outstanding. They are one-dimensional thinkers with zero legacy, screwing Gen X forward, a generation of sheep. Orwell and Huxley wrote on this. I got to read those books. Brave New World, 1984. Yeah, they took their orders from the government. I'm a good person now because I say the Marxist leftist thing. You're right, albino. I should go. Maybe there's like a Cliff Notes version on Audible, taking the least amount of my time to get the basic points down. Reen Schwartz are $5. So can we toss out the old respect your elders? Oh, yes. Oh, dude, no. Respect people who give you good advice. Like, basically, if someone's telling you shit you don't want to hear, that's your friend. You got bad breath. Okay. You're fat and you need to lose weight. So I'm not, give me a Vietnam vet any day, except for James Carville. I'll be all right. What do you got to say? Right. I'll even respect, because I didn't serve in war. Like some millennial who served in Iraq. Yeah, you know what? I would respect. You're not even my elder, but I'll respect what you have to say because you've seen a horrific part of life I haven't. So people who earn your respect and are deserving of respect, then you should give them respect. But this respect, fuck the fourth commandment. Fourth command should be thrown the fuck out until you Christians get your fucking shit together. They have nothing and they knew nothing. Exactly. There's no of all the times in human history you should not be listening to your elders, it would be now. And no offense, millennial and Gen Z parents, you guys are fucking just as bad as the baby boomers. You still believe in this free shit and protect our children's feelings and never be hard on them and never discipline them and don't tell them the truth and don't prepare them for the real world. I know Ryan Stone gives me guffs. I say, it's the goddamn Democrats. It is. You guys have got to get rid and give up on this Marxist socialist touchy-feel-good bullshit as your religion. I don't mind if you donate to charity with your own fucking money, but y'all got to give that shit up as like the most important thing ever. Sending your kids to a trash fucking school where it's dangerous. Kids get the shit kicked out of them because we want to be diverse. We want our child to have like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, no, your elders do not know. They do not. They do not. Albino, $10. They blew up Republican headquarters in Albuquerque, a leftist city in a leftist state led by a boomer woman. It's trash can, boomer trash. Right, that's another they keep on saying, oh, Republicans and Democrats are the same thing. No, the Republicans are not violent. The Republicans are drastically superior to Democrats. You could argue in terms of like the politicians, yes, there's corruption on both sides. But when it comes to your rank and file, like people in the streets, no, your Democrats are fucking evil. You're vile. Not all. I know there's some, union workers, and I just want to help the little people. Yeah. Okay. You should look at the more colorful elements of your party there with the burning down and the violence. Ass bucket, $5. It's the same boomer protecting at elected. It's the same boomers protecting at elected representative office or protesting for peace for other countries they can't find on a map. Yeah, it is. You ask them, what do you hear? Manuel Obeng, $5. I thought COVID woke up enough sheep not to just do what the TV says. Gave them way too much credit. Yeah. They gave them a lot of. I love everyone. Not you, man. I'm talking different. Not my audience. I'm talking, I love all you sheep, but especially the younger folk. You love the gimme that's, right? You love the stimmy checks during the disease, right? Under Trump. My main criticism of Trump in his first term. You all love that. And then you can't figure out why things are more expensive. They were printing off what? $600 checks twice a month for how many millions of people? How we spent more money fighting that stupid disease than we did World War II as a percentage of GDP. Look it fucking up. And then you all wondering when we quadrupled the money supply in 3 years. You wonder why we got inflation now. I can't figure it out why you can't afford a house. It's Trump. Actually, kind of was Trump and Obama and Bush before, but I want you guys looking up numbers and statistics. That disease, man, and how dumb, dude, the sheep are so fucking stupid. That's why I'm a misanthrope. They're so fucking stupid. And I almost get around to understanding the point of the Democrats where we got to control these people and treat them like cattle and make as much money on them as possible. I can kind of see, because like, yeah, what else? What other use or purpose do these people have? Like 85% of you Americans are useful idiots. Buy corporate thing, get SUV, get a house in McMansion. Oh, girl, you ain't got the lifestyle. You need better, girlfriend. I'm divorcing my husband and reading a Harlequin romance novel, and now I'm gonna go eat, pray, get shat upon in my face by a Saudi billionaire. Oh, it's love. What an adventure. Yeah, line up. The smart people go to college. Line up, sign on the dotted line, give us $100,000 for 4 years of your youth, and here's your fucking piece of paper. Oh, you're a fucking genius now. Oh, yeah, you're totally intelligent. Bye. I can't find a job. And then they go to the professors. We can't find a job. Blame Trump. Trump and Republicans. Trump and Republicans. Can I get a master's degree? Yeah, give us another $100,000 to us leftist socialist boomer, now Gen X millennial professors. And then that way, well, I gave you more money, but now I can't find a job and I have more debt. Blame the Republicans. Republicans. They're the same. Republicans and Democrats are the same. Here's a fancy half black guy with a nice suit and a haircut. Worship him. We're independent minded. We're the most educated generation in America. You almost got to applaud the Democrats. Oh, by the way, those people over there with the penises, and the girls are all like, yeah, they're fucking bad. And they're oppressing you people with not the penises. Hate them. Yeah. Guys just standing there like, we just want to give you flowers and play with your boobs. You just want to play with my boobs. Bah. Bah. Oh. Arkady Etkin, our Ashkenazi Jewish agent in the field, 20 generous dollars. My nearest protest is about a 15-minute walk from where I live. I treat it as a free weekly boomer circus, which it is. Thanks for talking about this day. Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. You got to look at it, really, all the bad shit you see on the internet or media. You got to look at it and realize these people wasted their lives. At the end of the day, and that's kind of the takeaway with Sanity is the Future of Wealth. I enjoy the show. It's not the movie I wanted to see, but I love nothing more than watching what is essentially delusional people, whether it's boomers or feminists or environment, whatever. It's like, this is how you decide to waste your life. You could have been in shape. You could have had a hot spouse. You could have had great sex on the countertops in a modest but nice home with a bunch of little rugrats running around and want to give you a hug. You could have had Christmas and Thanksgiving and whatever you want to celebrate. Kids could have been kicked out of the house, got back to banging your wife on the kitchen table. And then the kids come back, but this time they brought little kids with them because they have grandchildren. Now you got grandchildren. I've never been a grandpa, been an uncle. And I got to imagine that's winning at life, right? When you get the grandkids, because you're not responsible for them. So you get to spoil them rotten. It was the same thing with my nieces. I had a couple nephews too. Like, hey, look at these little pieces of shit. Man, they're kind of cool. Hey, you want to go do fun shit? Yeah, me too. Let's do it. They're like dogs. They're just excited to do everything. And you socialist worshipers threw that all away for a government check and self-aggrandized protesting ego crusaderist mentality. You're going to save the world because you were, what are hippies again? People who didn't want to work. So you got to watch the entertainment. You got to watch the show. It's great watching I love nothing more than 40, 50-year-old gal. I can't find a man. Like, oh, they were around. I mean, unless you were some continent of the Amazonians where there were no men, but I could have swore there were plenty of men around. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure some guys asked you out. Femboy Fantasia, $2. Cappy kicked the Hornets nets in the super chat. What did I do? Are there people upset? Plop, plop, 200 yen. The world really needs de-shitification. Yep. There is. Here's where I wish I had like an industrial engineering degree or different realm. Like I could build things. Because there is a multi-trillion-dollar industry or market for anyone who comes in, like just shoes, running shoes. Me and my buddy were out hiking. He's like, yeah, I got to get a pair every 6 months now. Because even the high-end shoe manufacturers know to make it so the shoes break down after 300 to 500 miles. Why? Because running magazines and articles said, oh, you should change your shoes every 300 to 500 miles. And everyone started doing that. And then you could get 1,500 miles out of a shoe. But now they're just like, no, the highest quality shoe possible. Here's a car that's cheap and reliable and it's easy for you to fix. And no, we didn't put a liberal white woman in it to nag you every time with dings and bells and whistles. Somebody out, like Elon's the closest we got. Like he could take his Teslas and I don't know, I've never driven in a Tesla, but you could make it that they're easy to work on and that they don't nag you, right? Reen Schwartzer, $5. Proof that they never cared about climate change. It's just Trump bad. Yeah, it's not even Trump bad. It's I want to feel good about myself without having to work. There's an article about boomers lamenting they aren't getting to be grandparents. Reen, can you email that to me, please? That's always kind of been a thing, but if they got numbers and data, it's a more recent thing. I would love nothing more than to tell the baby boomer generation to shut the fuck up. Go. Hey, go look at the immigrants you all let in. They're having kids. Go worship them. Give them the money. You vote to give them money anyway. Mexi Man and Cheese. When I was a kid, the conservative uncle who only talks politics at Thanksgiving and the drunk uncle were the big tropes. Now in real life, it's wine aunts and libs ruining Thanksgiving. Was it always this way? I'm going to imagine your uncles who are talking facts. Here's the thing with uncles is you view your parents as, when you're a kid, especially, as this unquestionable authority. And then when their siblings come in, they grew up with them. They're like, fuck you. We're equals. If not, I'm better than you. Get standard, healthy sibling rivalry. So you get your uncles and aunts that got a different opinion and tell your parents to shut the fuck up. Maybe not in that way, but that's, so you're like, oh my God, that kind of stands out because your dad got told to shut the hell up by your uncle. Or they're telling them they're wrong. So I don't think that's even necessarily unhealthy, because then you kind of see, oh, well, there's a different opinion than what my parents say. What kind of depresses me is that child adult dynamic as we've gotten older, and you look at, like, I've always respected World War II grandparents, right? Oh, but you don't. They did. They almost fucking got killed, both of them. World War II, and they worked hard. But you start looking at these boomers like Biden. Biden's the perfect. Don't fucking tell me he's technically the silent gen. I will fucking ban you. That's one. I'm getting sick of that. Actually, he's actually he's silent. Just shut the fuck up. That's a perfect example. The president of the United States, this fucking out of it boomer. That I think is the poster child of the baby boomers. We're like, yeah, you guys should have never knew what you were doing. You were faking it all the time. Shut the fuck up. It's that realization, oh wow, they had no clue what they were doing. None. And here we are. I guess it's the strong men times, although that millennials and Zoomers, I don't think Zoomers might be the strong men generation. Gen X was the apathetic, don't give a fuck generation. Light up a cigarette, watch it all burn. Yeah, fuck yeah, I don't care. That sure is a nice fire. Mexi Man and Cheese, $2. The older I get, the more I side with Nixon. I don't know much about Nixon, actually. I really don't. Don't know about his policies. Glorfindel, $2. 90s movies were to groom millennials for cucking. Really? You know, like the romantic comedies, like Serendipity and shit like that. I'm just thinking Armageddon, Independence Day. There's pretty cool movies in the 90s. Suppa Zippy, $5. Looking to get out of being a mechanic after doing it for 11 years and go be a plumber or security at a casino. Casino guard sounds hella fun. Yeah, it'd be a fun thing. I don't know if you're going to get paid as much as a mechanic. Why don't you strike out on your own as a mechanic? Because you're going to go be a plumber. Well, you're still crimping underneath and getting dirty. I don't see why you abandoning becoming a mechanic to go do something that's a mechanic with water, I guess. Femboy Fantasia, $2. Cap, you listen to all of Brave New World. All right. I'll do that. Garrett Kensler, $5. My parents didn't do the divorce thing like their counterparts, but one thing I am ashamed of is they went to their first protest ever a couple weeks ago, a Tesla protest. Garrett, I'm not kidding. Go to him right now. You're going to knock it off with this socialist shit. I'm not going to fucking support you. If my parents did that, well, already I told them I'm not going to support them. But if I found that, I'm like, yeah, if I see you fucking stab me in the back, making this more of a socialist nation, making my life harder, fuck you. You're not going to see me again. That's up to you. But I ain't got, I do not tolerate leftist is socialist in my life. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. right there. It's like, okay, you want the government to take care of shit. Fine. Then you're on the government dole forever. I'm not helping you with, fucking adult daycare and shit like that. Daddy and a caddy, $5. Elders told me $100,000 student loans for a private college was normal. I said, I've had mine for 30 years. Nope. Did credit card, went then state school with $5,000 debt. Hang on. I said, I've had mine for 30 years. One said, I've had mine for 30 years. Student loan debts? Oh, okay. So one of the elders told you they've had their student loans for 30 years. Exactly. At some point in time, you got to just ask what's common sense. And the boomers are not that. They keep like this gaslighting. Well, that's just normal. That's just normal. Yeah, getting divorced, starter marriages, starter homes. The fuck out of here, baby boomers. It's just normal to let foreigners into your country and let them just have everything and give them money. That's just normal. You're a bad, in fact, if you're against it, you're a bad person. You're an ist or an ism. Nope, did credit community college and then state school with $5,000 debt. There you go, my man. Uber noob, 85, $2. What percent of this is the lead paint? None of it. It's human default nature to just be into yourself because you have to be to kind of get by to survive. It's whether you make it to the next point to stop being solipsistic and to realize to truly progress and advance in life, you have to deliver what other people want. Otherwise, you're effectively going to be a parasite and no one's going to want to invest in you. And you look at, I would say most of the relationships, like romantic relationships in the United States, are parasitic or transactional. No one is good looking enough to make other people willingly want to sleep with the other person and fall in love, become a good person. Like, oh my God, I love you so much. I would do everything for you, including give up my own life. That doesn't exist. It's how much more weight can I gain before they finally give up on it? But then I'll get pissed if my husband sleeps with someone else. How he won't kick me out. So maybe, and girls fantasize about this. Can I get fat enough where he doesn't want to sleep with me anymore, so I don't have to have sex, but he's not going to kick me out of the house? And they say, oh my God, every woman's dream come true. I kid. It's only 85% of you. Daddy and a caddy, $2, $5K debt and paid off in 3 months with an accounting job. There we go. There it is. And another one. And another one. Magnum opus, $5. Protesting is a hobby. If the internet didn't exist, most people would collapse being in their own head. Or they get lives. Remember when Fred and Barney would just go to the Royal Order of the Water Buffalo? Remember that? Generation Apollo, $5. I see boomers at roadblock protests along with Zoomers. Boomers are the first ones to run and hide when angry driver starts throwing fists. It's illegal, but there needs to be more of that. And it just shows you how cowardly these people are. I don't know if I could handle if there was like a protest going on. I guess this is the hill to die on. Gloria Fidel, $5. Being married is almost as bad as being divorced for boomers because it reinforces their belief that they are right. Most of us don't have parents. I mean, that being married is almost as bad as being divorced for boomers. Why? Because they hate each other? I mean, let's be honest. I know we're slamming on boomers, but the successive generations are no less arrogant or delusional. The divorce rates are the same. The marriage rates aren't the same because people are getting a little more street smart. But those who do get married are still roughly getting divorced at the same rate. It's gone down a little bit. But yeah, the boomers are so bad. They've made it socially accepted. It's a mainstream opinion. Maybe not accepted wisdom, but it's an acceptable mainstream opinion. Like, yeah, I ain't getting married. Fuck that shit. And even women are kind of like, yeah, we get it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I can get sex without marriage. It's cheaper. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. At least we agree on that. Want to go have sex? Yeah. never mind. Sorry. Just go pay for it. Just get the fuck out of here. Oh, I miss the 90s. Uber Noob, $5. My college had a protest of Richard Spencer. Was full of boomers. Of course. What boomer even knows who Richard Spencer is? Isn't he like some dumbass kid with a haircut? Of course, it was a drum circle and a bunch of lame chants and more than 2 mobility scooters. A drum circle. Oh, God. Remember when South Park did it was like over a decade ago, they did the hippie Ghostbusters. Like they're spraying for hippies because they're an infection. Oh, yeah, man. Soon you got yourself a drum circle, and it's really hard to get rid of them. Magnum Opus, $5. Transactional relationships are fine. At least there's consistency and honesty if you say it's transactional. Both men and women got that covert contract. Men are nice and they work hard and they afford things. And then women are like ostensibly like, well, maybe I'll give you sex. I'll dangle that in front of you now. If I really don't like it, then just say that. At no point do I want people not doing what they want. Just the gals, if you don't like sex, say that up front. But then I won't get the stuff. I know. But you'll save yourself a ton of, like, there should be, girls should be, like, in your dating profile, never happen, pro-sex, indifferent, or anti, right? Just so we know. Just so we know. And I'm like, okay, that girl doesn't like sex. All right, well, then we know. But then I won't get the commitment. You're right. But you'll both have independent lives that are much more rewarding than waiting for the other person to honor their unspoken contract. I'm not kidding, boys. You gotta have that conversation. Any girl not, the very first date. But if it's like going down the path, you gotta have a conversation. Like, hey, we're having sex. You're staying in shape. You don't get the fuck out. Or else what? Or else the relationship ends. That's a lie. Or you're not going to marry me? You're like, no, I leave. There's no marriage. That step one, there ain't no marriage. That's not happening. Well, then why would I give you sex? That's exactly my point. You give it because you like me and you like sex. But if you don't, and it has to be contingent on receiving, you've answered. Thank you very much. It's been nice having coffee with you. I wish you the best in 5x. Just don't think we're a match. All right. Sanity is the future of wealth. Link below. How not to become a millennial. Link below. And enjoy the decline, accepting living with the death of the United States. Link below. See you guys later, Toodles.